The new teaser trailer for Black Widow has just dropped, and I am so excited! It has been too long, and I'm pumped that we will finally be getting this Black Widow film in May of 2020. Only a few months away, nerds! We're getting there. The trailer is full of little hints of what the film is about, and some Easter eggs that might give us some insight in regards to exactly where and when everything is happening. Today we'll be taking a look at some of these little Easter eggs as we count down the top 10 Black Widow teaser trailer Easter eggs that you might have missed. Be sure to stick around till the end of this video where I will have some bonus content coming your way. And if you love Natasha as much as we do, be sure to give this video a like. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Budapest. The oft-referenced Budapest adventures of Hawkeye and Black Widow may finally be revealed in this film. The opening shot shows us the famed city of Budapest itself. That monument you see near the center of the frame is actually known as the Liberty Statue or Freedom Statue in Budapest. It was erected there in 1947 and acts as a reminder of those who sacrificed themselves in World War II to free Hungary from Nazi occupation. Oddly enough, the Soviet heroes were the ones recognized in regards to this liberation. So already, even in the first shot, we are seeing a Russian tie-in. As a little historical add-on though, Hungary would later revolt against the Soviets, so the statue no longer stands to represent what it was built for, but instead stands to acknowledge all of those who died during Hungary's fight to be independent and free. Just in case you're from Hungary and you're like, wait a minute, I got you. Number 9. Hairstyle. We've seen Black Widow sport quite a few different hairstyles, which can be a great indication when it comes to us trying to figure out where in the timeline things are supposed to happen. Though also when we use hairstyles to create a timeline, it has led us astray before as fans, am I right? The Black Widow film is said to take place in between the events of Civil War and Infinity War. In Civil War we saw Black Widow rocking her more iconic style of longish red locks worn down. In Infinity War, Black Widow was rocking a new do with shorter blonde hair. In fact, she looked a little bit like another person we see in this film, Yelena Belova, Black Widow's rival in the comics but frenemy slash sister in the MCU. Many think the change in Black Widow's hair happens in memory of Yelena, who we may see pass away. Or is it possible that we'll see some kind of weird tech in the Red Room that will cause Yelena to swap bodies with Black Widow so she can take her place? Maybe that's why she's got the blonde do. And the twist was that Yelena was a villain after all. Likely this is not going to happen, but who knows? Anything is possible. Number 8. Thaddeus Ross. The trailer makes it look like Nat will be helping out her Russian comrades in this film by helping them to take down Taskmaster and perhaps even take on the Red Room, as we've seen Natasha do before in the comics. But why is she there? Or more importantly, what exactly is she going to end up doing when she's in Budapest? We know that she is on the run as this film takes place in the gap between Civil War and Infinity War, but what is she running towards? In the film we hear the voice of William Hurt, who plays Thaddeus Ross in the MCU, state, "I heard you had to leave in a hurry," to which Natasha appears to respond, "It's never easy these days." Though who knows if this dialogue will actually be kept together in the film, or of course be miles apart. Editing. Could be some tricksy edits. There has been a huge gap in Ross's timeline in the MCU that this film actually could help fill, if he is the one somehow employing Natasha and her fellow Russians to help him with something. Last we would have seen Ross's character would have been in the post-credits scene for Incredible Hulk. Like a huge gap for that character. Number 7. Varga S. Tarsa. In the trailer, Ross appears to go on to ask Natasha, "So, what are you going to do?" Natasha appears to respond that she is ready to confront her past. To me, this entire dialogue and what they choose to overlay it with in terms of visuals hints at a lot. During Ross's line we see a bunch of trucks and what appears to be a clean-shaven Thaddeus Ross. Perhaps he is involved somewhere in Natasha's past as opposed to her future, as her response to him would imply. And the fact that he is clean-shaven, which is not how we normally see him. He is standing in front of a bunch of trucks and one appears to have Hungarian on the side of it, and it reads Varga S. Tarsa. Forgive my pronunciation, by the way, I do not know how to speak Hungarian. When translated, these words actually mean something pretty dark. I'm not sure what it means in the greater scheme of the film, but it gave me chills when I translated it. The phrase in English translates to "woe to you." Woe to you, what does that mean? Number 6. Flashbacks. While going to Budapest implies flashbacks, to me it didn't quite confirm it. However, later in the trailer we see Nat traveling around in what appears to be some kind of RV. As we watch the landscape pass by through the window, Nat's voiceover states, "I've lived a lot of lives." We see her sorting through false IDs and on the table appears to be a stack of passports. The key part in this shot that signified to me that the film will take place in more than just the part of the timeline specified was the radio. You can see the radio sort of in the corner of that shot, and it looks like it's some kind of boom box, which would appear to date whatever is going on considerably. Do you guys even know what a boom box is? I do. I still have one. It could be possible we will get to see some more of Natasha from before she even defected to the US. Number 5. matching outfits? There is a scene where Yelena, Melina, Natasha, and David Harbour's character are all gathered around a dinner table. In it, you might notice a very familiar piece of clothing that Yelena is wearing. Her vest looks to be identical to the one Black Widow wore in Avengers Infinity War. What does this mean? Probably that at some point we'll see it borrowed or passed on to Natasha. It could be a memento that Natasha carries around to remind her of her sister, or it could be to remind her of something darker when it comes to who to trust should Yelena betray her. I think it's most likely that we may see Yelena die in this film and that the vest will just be passed on to Natasha as a reminder of her. Either that or they just happen to own the same vest. Maybe it's a coincidence. All spies shop at the same store. It's true. Number 4. Red Guardian. David Harbour appears in the trailer and we see him don the Red Guardian suit, implying that he is Alexei Shostakov. IMDb confirms that this is his character name is the same, Alexei Shostakov / Red Guardian. For those who don't know, Red Guardian was trained by the KGB to be the Soviet Union's version of Captain America. Before that, he was a soldier who Natasha fell in love with and married. That's right, he was Black Widow's husband. In fact, one version of the story goes that Natasha, or Natalia as she was actually known at the time, was inspired by Alexei's death into serving her country, who immediately took her up on the offer and trained her into becoming the spy as we know her today, Black Widow. And no, she was not a child when this happened. Don't make it weird. What did she do before becoming a spy? Well, she was a ballerina in this story. Actually a really famous ballerina. Fun fact. The MCU will likely update this story, and who knows if Alexei will remain one of her love interests or not. I actually get far more of like an Ivan Petrovich vibe from him, Black Widow's father figure in the comic, if you know him. I feel like David Harbour would have made a great Ivan, but maybe they're gonna like combine the characters in a weird way. Who knows. Number 3. MELINA VOSTOKOFF. Strange that Black Widow seems to be teaming up with so many of her enemies in this teaser trailer. Rachel Weisz is set to play the role of MELINA VOSTOKOFF, which comic book fans may know as the villain Iron Maiden. MELINA was forced to go through the Red Room's training program multiple times. In the comic, she's compared unfavorably to Black Widow, which causes her to grow hatred towards Natasha, leaving Russia and later returning to try and kill her. However, in this film, she appears to be part of some strange Red Room adoptive family, and even can be seen seemingly fighting alongside Black Widow and Yelena as the three struggle to hold on to a collapsing column. At least it looks like they're working together. Number 2. We have to go back to where it all started. In the trailer, there is a voiceover that is cut together visually with a bunch of different fights as well as shots of Black Widow's companions, including Red Guardian, Melina, and Yelena. She says, "We have unfinished business. We have to go back to where it all started." During all these fast cuts, we get a glimpse of what appears to be trainees in the Red Room as well as what looks like it could be the Red Room's control center. It could be that the MCU version of Black Widow is going after the Red Room in this film as her comic book counterpart did with the new Red Room recently, after she found out that they had multiple clones of her and others who had trained there. She even worked with other clones to do so, namely the clone of comic book Yelena Belova and Anya. Seems kind of familiar. Number 1. Light versus Dark. There's a lot of play on light and dark in this video, which might help to symbolize Black Widow's redemption, especially when it comes to the outfits Natasha wears. But we could also use this motif to help indicate her other companions' true alignment. Assuming we're going with the light is good and dark is evil shtick, it's likely that Black Widow wears her white suit during the climax of the film, on her journey for redemption and looking to wipe out her past mistakes, perhaps by destroying the Red Room. Yelena seems to always be wearing black and white or gray in the film, which could mean her character is both somewhat good, somewhat bad, or maybe just kind of unreadable. Whereas Melina is only seen in black, meaning she could betray her teammates and be the secret identity behind the villain Taskmaster. You might have also noticed that they cut right to Melina after showing Taskmaster with a light shining from behind her. To me that seems a little suspicious. It's like Taskmaster, hello, maybe it's Melina. Thanks for watching, Nerd Squad. How do you like the trailer? What do you think will happen in the film? Will Black Widow's friends betray her or stick by her? Will they try to defeat the Red Room? How do you think Taskmaster will fit into all of this craziness? Let us know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Marvel Superheroes Batman Should Team Up With. AJ Shadow writes, "I would love to see Batman team up with Wolverine, Black Widow, Moon Knight, Punisher, Hulk. Those all sound pretty awesome and fun. I feel like Batman would get so mad at a lot of those heroes though, as some of them are known for kind of killing their foes. Could be interesting to see how he would deal with that. Unless we're talking about Azrael Batman. Actually, I think Azrael Bats and Punisher have teamed up before, so fun fact." Domenico Lombardi comments, "I'm a simple man. I see Amanda, I watch, click like, and oftentimes comment. Aw, well thank you for doing so. Your presence is appreciated." And that's all the time we have for comments today. If you enjoy what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, be sure to give us a sub and ring that bell so you never miss another nerdy list. This has been Top 10 Nerd and my name is Amanda McKnight, reminding you to stay nerdy, YouTube.